Hey everybody, welcome to the Deep Dive Show. My name is Paul Motauro. Our goal with this show is to bring you and I in proximity to the people and ideas that will show us that it is possible and it can be done, and eventually help us achieve on our dreams and on our goals. Today, we have a special guest. This is the man that's coming from the corporate space, but raised than ordinary to start a business. Ladies and gentlemen, help me in welcoming to the show today the owner and founder of Yamikani Foods, Mr. Mosimanegape Motsumi. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you so much for coming through. You and I have met some years back, actually, and I've been following the journey of Yamikani for quite some time. My favorite stall is actually the main mall one, the one I was telling you about. So very quickly, I wanted you to let the people know who is Mr. Mosimanegape Motsumi, and let us know about Yamikani Foods.
Yeah, like I said, my name is Mosimanegape Motsumi. I was born in Ramostwa. And I went to school in Malawi. And then I came back after my Cambridge. Then from there, I never go anywhere when it comes to education. That's where I ended.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Form 5. Then later on, I worked for Grand Palm. Then after Grand Palm, I went to a mine. I went to work in a mine as a account assistant. Mm-hmm. Without any
tertiary.
No. But it was just in me that I moved things. I moved life to say, you know what, without this and that, I can still do this. Until the mine was placed under judicial management. That was in 2008. Okay. Then at one point in time, before I left the mine, I was in my office, and I looked at all the four corners of my office, and I looked for the owner of the business. And I said, where is this man? And guess what? The man is in Australia, and I'm here working for him. And say, you know what?
So you didn't know actually until that point?
Yes, and say, you know what? I'm going to do something to be like himself, where one day I'll be in my office and I'll have also to create jobs for others. That's when I moved back to Ramostwa. There was a farm that my mother had. It was a farm that was owned by my grandmother. My grandfather, he acquired the land from Land Board in 1978. And my mother inherited the land from him in 1998. Since then, it had never been used. Until in 2008, I went to debush the land. I got the money from the youth fund. Then I started farming. Yeah.
Hey, pretty interesting story, especially how you talk about being an accountant and you didn't even have the previous education. So how do you even get the job? Like, it was just great perseverance.
Yeah, this is how I got the job. I was working in a hotel. Then this man, as an Australian, came to the hotel. He wanted my help, and I gave him the service that he needed. And later on, he just marked it in his diary. And he said, you know what, one day, when we open up this mine, I'm going to ask you to come and work with me. And guess what? I met him 4 years down the line. I was just working. I was just in the reception, and he comes in. He says, Mos, can you say? I said, no. You know what? Today we need to go, but right now I'm driving to Pretoria. On my way, I'll send you the offer letter. Guess what? I think in 3-4 hours time, I opened my mail, found the offer letter, and this work. And I said, Kana, I've never been an accountant. I don't know. I've never gone to school to study about accounting. He said, no, come, I'll show you what to do. You don't need to go to school. And he showed me, and I did the best I could. And I remember one point he sent me an email after the mine was closed. You know what? I worked with people in accounts, but I mean, you're one of the best I've worked with. Yes.
All right, so you self-taught yourself accounting. Beautiful, beautiful. So talk to us about now your journey coming to start Yamikani Foods.
Okay, this is what happened. After doing my farming for about 10 years, then me and my wife, we look back and say, you know what, let's sit down and assess what is, where we are coming from, where we are, and where we're going. And we need to make a bold decision going forward, because it looks like we are going in circles. I could not even afford to even get a meal from Nando's. I could not. I remember there was a time while I was still a farmer, I was invited for a meeting. It was the Lettuce Association of Botswana, because I was one of the guys that I was doing lettuce. We went to, the meeting was in one of the restaurants around Naboroni. Later on, after the meeting, came a waiter. Now he's calling for each and every one of us to give him the order so that he brings the food. Guess what? Everyone had to pay for himself. And I had 7 people that I used. It was the 7 people that I had to use it going back home.
For the bus. I don't know if the Ramostwa bus was 7 people.
Yes, yeah. You know what I say to the waiter? I say, I'm sorry, I'm fasting. Not that I was fasting, but I couldn't afford. But that's how I had to dodge it. So we look around and say, you know what, there's a problem here. Then the problem that we realized was the issue of market. And we say, no, what do we do? Then me and my wife decided to take 80% of our time in our farming operations. And invest it into what? Into creating the market for our produce. Then we put up a table in Odi, because by the time we were staying in water, it couldn't work. And say, you know what? So one day I just woke up and she remained in Odi with that table. From there I say, you know what? I'm going to Main Mall. I got 700 pula. I went to buy veggies into farms. That's how it started.
700 bucks.
Yeah, 700 pula. No. That was in 2018.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful. So actually Main Mall is the mother.
Yes, it's the mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. We're gonna pause here for a break. We'll be back with Mr. Mosimanegape Motsumi. You're watching this video. I'm guessing there's some amount of value that you're getting from this video. I'm here to tell you that we have more. We've created a Patreon account. This is a monthly subscription-based model where you'll be investing as little as $5 a month to be able to support our work. And in turn, you will have access to behind the scenes, exclusive content, live shows, and even information on future events. Your investment into us allows us to be able to create more and better content, to be able to push these stories off. It is possible and it can be done. So if that sounds interesting to you, head over to patreon.com/deep dive sessions and become a patron. See you on the inside. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Deep Dive Show. I'm here with Mosimanegape Motsumi of Yamikani Foods. So, Mr. Mosimanegape, you started the business with 700 bullets and it took off. So, I just want to know from you, because a lot of people, every time you ask the vast majority of people, what's holding you back in your business, they say money. What do you say to people like that?
I would say policies.
Policies?
Yes. Especially here in Botswana. Most of the policies, I think recently maybe some that have been easing up, but it has been very, very difficult for one to start up, to register a business, to get, to get trading licenses. It has not been easy. So I would say it has been the issue of policies, where things are mixed with, good businesses mixed with politics. They say you cannot separate them, but there are points where they have to be separated, because business, it has to go on an honest route. Because if you are on the honest route, or you are building a business that you will never collapse. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So yours, the problem or the issues you had was policies.
Yes.
So what is your advice for people that say, I need money to start my business? I need X amount of money. Because you didn't start with a lot of money. What would you say to those?
I'll say it's not, to start up a business, it's not about money. Like I always say, money is placed where it's not supposed to be replaced. Because people, they tend to fight for the end use, which is it's money. But there's a process for you to get the money. And now, a lot of us, we tend to think that we can skip the process to get the money. Hence, you find people, they fight for money. And I always tell people, money is not a problem. Money, that's not a problem. Because if money could be a problem, right now as we speak, Bank of Botswana, there are people, it's a night shift, they are printing the money. So why should it be a problem?
Every day.
They are printing the money. It's a paper.
Yeah.
So it's all about you. You need to bring in the idea, the business idea, and you visualize it. Now you find a way how you should implement it. You find that process alone, it doesn't need any money. Because if you sit down at
just
home,
creativity.
Yes, just creativity. You sit back at home, you start thinking, you just start putting together, and tell me how much money will it take to think about your target market. And if there's one thing that is easy to make, it's money. Because right now, how come if you leave, let's say you just tell yourself you don't want to work, you leave main mall. Main mall, you go through government enclave. Bus rank to railway pack. Everyone you meet, you ask them 50 table, one puller.
They'll have.
By the time you reach your destination, which is the bus rank, how much will you make? Let's say 100 people, 200 people is giving you 2 puller. They'll give you 5 puller, 10 puller. By the end of the day, you'll knock off it around 300 puller. And in 10 days, that's 3,000 puller. In 30 days, that's 9,000 puller. And you'll be able even to overtake someone who has a job that has a degree. So the issue is not money. The issue, it's you, yourself. How you handle yourself. How you water, how you take care your tree. How you grow your tree, that's the issue. How you water your tree. That's the issue, it's not the money.
Not the money.
And like I always tell people, right now, people always think that banks are the solution to our problems. But they are not. Because banks are also a business. They also have a problem of cash flow, the same problem we have. And on top of that money does not belong to them. And they work with figures. Because right now, how can our bank work? Okay, rather than 20 billion or 20 billion. I can sign 20 billion more coffers around money. So it's not the solution.
Yes, sir.
Yourself.
All right. So you talked about during the break how you started a business. You started the business, and then you plowed, and then you had a rainy season that killed everything. How did you come out from there? Because I want you to walk us through, like mentally, how did you walk yourself through that issue? Because I think many of us, entrepreneurship is it's an uphill battle. It's really an uphill battle for all the time. So we face a lot of problems that kind of knock us out. But you were able to come back from that. How were you able to do that?
I think I would be selfish enough to say, being a Christian, regardless of others of different religions, but me myself, like you were asking about me.
Yes, sir.
Being a Christian, there are some stories that can motivate or encourage you to move forward in the Bible, and one of them being the Job story. When I went through the disaster, and I was young by that time, then I thought of Job and say, you know what, Job went through this and he overcame it. And the Bible says, when we were created, we were given the authority over everything.
Yes, sir.
Including the floods that went through. Then that is what motivated me, that's what encouraged me, that's what pushed me back into the field. You know what? This is where you belong. And this is where a lot of us, we tend to, especially the youth, we've got a problem where we think having solutions, that's about touching here and there. But there's no way, parallelly where you are and you manage the other side. I always say that to the people that I work with. There's no way, whatever I've been doing, there's nothing extraordinary about me. It's about having the vision and implement the vision. But now, there's no way you can be a successful business person. How Yamikani? Why you are not doing well in Yamikani?
Where you are.
Yes, how can I have the responsibility? From there, you don't do them right. Never think that you can do it better at your business. You're going to do the same. So people, they always tend to say, no, I'll get my salad, but it's not about that. You need, let's say, for example, if you are working and you've got a plan to go and do your own business, you need to take care of the place that we are in. Like Francistown, we're going to Francistown. How does there's no need for you because you don't care about Palape. No, you're on transit. Because for you to be accepted, to be welcomed in Francistown, you need to have a very good record of that you did not mess up in Palape. You get my point? So you really need to I had to make it a point where, no, I'm going back to where I belong. And I focus. And I stayed in one place, trying to figure out things. And I gave myself, you know what, 5 years. That's when maybe I can change my mind. But it went, I started enjoying it going forward because I accepted what I wanted to do. And I loved, and I put the commitment. And consistency and quality is the key. Yeah.
Amen to that. We're going to pause here for a break. We'll be back with Mr. Mosimanegape Motsumi. All right, welcome back, everybody. You are here with Mr. Mosimanegape Motsumi. We're now getting into rapid fire, sir. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions. Question number 1. What were you afraid of as a child?
Rat.
Rat.
Up to now.
So if you gotta know who's chasing it out. When there's a rat in the kitchen, who's chasing it out?
My wife.
Are you your wife or your son?
My wife.
What's up? What's one subject that you would like to learn more about?
Can you repeat again?
What's one subject or one field of study that you'd like to learn more about?
Entrepreneurship.
You'd want the formal education of it, or how would you like to learn more about it?
I think I would like Yeah, they're formal, but still though I don't have time, but it's just kitty wish. But I don't think I can go back. Yeah,
Just
I'm
cool.
fine. I'm fine where I am. I'm fine.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. The next question is, can you tell us one of your nicknames?
Scopo.
Scopo.
Kelina, that's a name that I was given by the Kosim Sadi Sebok. And Roniana, it's just official. He please or I want to Idrisa accept her. Yeah, no, even hella can I let man gags body meeting you shout Scopo, and I have to look at her. Go on, yeah.
Before you said it, I didn't realize, but now I'm like, okay.
Hey.
I understand the vision here. All right. What time do you go to bed on regular nights? What time do you go to bed on most days?
It all depends where the level of stress that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the level of stress that I have, and also the level of work that I've done during the day.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm one kind of a person that, as you can even see my height, to tell you that I'm not a friend to sleeping. I don't sleep a lot. So I don't have much time. It all depends on the level of stress that I have and the level of tiredness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can sit and work. I can just sometimes you can out 2 a.m. I get a marble and ke ku re mohatsa ke stress ke re nna kana stress ra tsoga re be re simola go thunsa business one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So you're waking up by stress.
Yes. I'm enjoying.
What is your I lost my line of thought because I was laughing. But anyway, what is your normal sleep like? How many hours can you function on if you sleep? Like you need how many hours?
I need 6.
6 hours.
Yes, because every time I do 6, I wake up. I feel that you know what, I've rested. Yeah.
Minimum.
Because no maximum.
Maximum.
8 wampal. Mm-hmm.
8 is too much.
Yes.
All right. What do you spend money on yourself? Like what's the thing you spend the most money on?
I love clothes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the suits. I know.
Yes, I've got. I don't know. I saw but I've got a taste for clothes. That though sometimes I'm limited by my wife. So this is too much. But given a chance and given enough money, no, I will go all over the world buying clothes. I love clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but personally, yeah, I love clothes.
Personally. All right.
Yeah.
Do you have any secrets? Do you have any secrets?
Yes.
Or things that people don't know much about?
Yes. A lot of people doesn't know about it. My father is a Malawian, and my mother is a Motswana.
Mm-hmm.
And I was born in Ramostwa and brought up in Malawi and came back here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think the last question on rapid fire is, how do you spend your downtime when you now want to relax and just rest?
Holidays. Maybe I take time out, drive around because I love driving. Just get into the car, drive a long distance with my 4 friends. This is my wife, my son, and my daughter. When I'm surrounded by those people, their noise, their jokes, it really relieves my way because every time I looked at them, I said, I'm where I am because of them, because they push me. Say, Papa, there's no food. Yeah, so those are people that I spend, because most of the time, even now when I want to celebrate my birthday, when I celebrate my birthday, I take my family out, stay together, for all of us. But the reason being, what I'm trying to bring the bond between my son and my daughter. The only person who will come in between them, especially in the business line when it comes to business, because everything that I do, it's about business, is the brother-in-law and the sister-in-law. Those are the only people who will be accepted in the family business. Those two. So I try to show them with you guys, really true, Ella, you can do great things. And you should always develop that bond together to show, you know what, that's my sister, that's my brother. So that is why even name Yamikani, it's Bokang and Siswana. So our last born, it's Watu. Watu means Warona. So this girl, she's a fighter. She's the one now who's going to protect the wealth. She's a no-nonsense. So when she was born, I gave her that name, and I named her and said, you know what, you're going to protect us. So I do that. Project, and I must not lose focus, because most of the projects you find out, they fail because you find out, but you touch here, and touch here. To get its play.
Focus.
And that's where a lot of us, we're having a problem.
Yes.
But the haraka focus. Why?
We're good.
Yes. The other lady, that lady was saying, Kore, if it has just happened one day to say now she starts loving her job and she have a focus, one day she can be a CEO of the company.
For sure.
If you decide, no, I just want now to love this, there's no any obstacles that can
come into play.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. I like what you said about that homomachana.
Yes.
There's no one that's going to come into play except the in-laws or more kids.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So coming back to Yamikani now, you started the business. You grew the business. You're in many other places. You're in branches. It's making a name every day. The brand is growing. Right now, what are some of the challenges that Yamikani Foods is having? The new problems it's having as it's growing, because growth also starts to unfold new problems. What are some of the problems that you're having?
Okay. In business or in life, there are two things, especially in business. Is what we call doing business and building up a business. Okay? Now, building up a business, it's where you take the name of the business in front of you. Doing a business is whereby you take yourself in front of the business. Business whereby how business no, I want to get my Range Rover so that when I get the meeting, they should see that that's the honor. So us now, what we did with my wife, they're saying, you know what? We are going to what? We are going to have
to let it run in front of us.
The name, the brand. We're building up the brand in front of us. Us, we are going to come behind. That's why sometimes some people, they get shocked about kana kibale baba simusi Yamikani. Like when I was with one supplier, he says, when I came to meet you, I thought I find Monari Mparo. I didn't know that you are this boy. So my point is, as we chose to build up the business. Now, how can, with that mind, how when you start up building up a house, You are it's obviously ke foundation, roof, everything until to the end. And why it's how similar there should be challenges. The issue of finance, if you don't want to now go without mortgage. I told madam mortgage how fund 1 million. Why try 1 million straight?
It's not simple. It's not simple. It's not simple.
Why much am I 100?
Hey.
You get my point?
Yeah.
So, my point is, God, the challenges that are there from day one. Okay? Now we live with it. And some of them, the challenges that they are helping us even to learn about our brand. You get my point? At one point in time, I had a vision. This vision was I wanted to open up a supermarket. Maybe some of you agree with me. We opened up a very big shop called Motsumi.
Yeah.
The shop started well.
It closed again.
Yes, there are some miscalculations that I made that did not do well. But now, this is what I did. I called my wife 3 months down the line. We're paying rent about 60K a month. Motlakase itself in a month or better 30,000. Now we had, I did some miscalculations. And this is what I said. I told my wife, I'm a businessman. We are going to close this shop immediately. No, we can't. We have to close it. Or else, it will even eat. It's only the roots of the business. We had to make that bold decision.
I had pill to swallow.
People say, what do people say? God, no, we did not open this business for what people has to say, but we open it for people to buy. But now if we are not able to maintain the buying of our customer, then why do we continue? And we closed it immediately. It's closed. We felt the pitch. From there, later on, now life goes on. We're keeping moving. So the challenges, there are so many. Like most of them, they will tell you, white men once say, the most difficult thing, the biggest obstacle of doing business in Botswana is a human resource. Yeah, mutu. And now we've got about 70 people. Now we need to manage.
Yes.
Hakiri 70 people kera. One number 70, only there are 5 people that look upon him or her. So a hard carry 70 times 5, that's 350 people. Problems that are in our hands. Someone will come, no, Nikilwala, Atakiru. Good. So the challenges in business, there are a lot. And you won't get it easy. But now the most important thing is to accept that I'm in this. There's no way I'm going to. I don't have any choice but to stay here and continue.
Yes, sir.
Right now, there are big companies around here, even banks, big ones. I'm just here for the salary or my mortgage. System. But it's a big business. But the companies could report a profit here, a net profit here, 1 billion. So problems in business, they are always there, and they're going to be there, and they had always been there. Yes, the challenges.
Yes. Now talk to me, you talk a lot adamantly actually about, building generational wealth, giving it to your kids. So how are you, because I think this is an important question for a lot of business owners. How are you bringing them into the business? How are you teaching them these principles of business? And also, how are you teaching them, because I think on the flip side, to also have that hunger. Because if they don't have that hunger and drive and skill to be able to run the business, but how are you able to do that, to make sure that they get to the positions of business, not because they were just family, but also because they earned it? How are you able to instill that in the kids?
No, like they always say, charity begins at home. It starts at home. Like with my children, it starts at home. We share the love together. We share everything together. Like my son, I think I'm his best ever cook since his existence. Who come to me, tell me every time he asks me, Papa, I need this meal, I make it for him, and you tell me you are the great father. Now, from that is already adapted. Say this man, he's a hero. When I grow up, regardless of what happens, this is my role model. I want to be like him. So whatever I do now, I'm going to office, come with me. He already understands what kind of man is this. Okay? When it comes all the way, he knows what, okay, now for me to be this kind of a man, this is what I have to do. Like sometimes when I'm cooking for him, he say, Dad, what can I help you with? You see, small things. It's already instilled in him. So if I'm a good example, it means he's going to get that good, he's going to follow the good that I'm doing. But if I'm a bad example, I come home drunk, I don't have right time to come at home, he doesn't know what time I come home, he doesn't know what kind of friends I associate with. He doesn't know.
He doesn't have a friendship with you.
Yes, he sees me. I don't have time to play with him. He sees me beating his mother all the time, insulting his mother all the time, and this is what is going to milk it from me. But if I put a very good example, the business is going to be an addition. So the most important thing, it's the foundation at home. Yeah, that's why it's very important to have a family. And which most of the times as Christians we believe that that's where, because the good foundation of a family, it brings in a very good community, it brings in a very good city, it brings in a very good country. We've got very bad picture out there because of our broken families. So personally, I started from home, showing him, then the rest, the business, he flows. And like I said, he's able to know what I do. I take him to places I go. When I go, maybe sometimes for stock, I take him. But without even telling him what to do, he just sees. And whatever he sees, it sticks in his mind that he will never forget. Then there's going to now be a good time where I'm saying, now, Papa, you need to do business now. This is your table. This is your seat. Then it just flows.
Awesome.
So the most important thing, foundation.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. My last question to you, how do you want to be remembered as Mosimanegape Motsumi?
I want to be remembered as a family man. A man that started a village. A man that started a community. And a community that has a very good record track. A community that is going to be a very successful world. A community that is going to be, that is going to inspire a lot. So I want to be remembered as a family. That is why I love my wife a lot. I love my children a lot. And because that is the responsibility God has given me to say, this is your capital. Because I've been given a capital to start a business. I've been given a wife and two beautiful children. That's my capital. So I'm taking care of it until it grows and inspires a lot. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Mosimanegape Motsumi. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the owner and founder of Yamikani Foods. I hope you got a bucket full of knowledge, as much as we did, as much as we have heard. And make sure, if you have found any value in this episode, comment below and give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Do you have any last words? Okay.
Yeah, my last word is that God, I want to, if given a chance, I could turn Botswana into an entrepreneurial country where people have to go out there to build, to create employment, not to wait for people to create employment for you. If everyone says, I'm going to create employment, whoever, that's not your problem, but you are now, how can you plan? Or I'm going to create an employment. I think we'll have a very good Botswana. And also on top of that, Kore, how monana, when you start up a business, and there's one man out there who inspires you a lot. Do not look at that man from where he is, but look at that man from where he comes from, when he started. Because right now, for example, they say for argument's sake, Red Dada is one of the men that has done well for himself. Now, how about Kona Dada of today? You need to start where he started. Like he said, because how can Osimola go where motor center is? How can focus, consistency, quality, then manage growth. That's the most important. So I would like to advise Kore Banana Karna, you know what? That's what anything is possible. All these people you have seen that are successful in business in Botswana, there's not any magic that they used. It's just commitment, focus, that I'm going to do this. So we are good to go.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Like the episode if you like the episode, and comment below on your biggest takeaway. I'm sure you got a lot from this episode. Subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we'll meet same time, same place next week, Tuesday. Be great. Thanks so much.